All right. Hello. Welcome.
Are we
Back again Friday night.
Friday night, baby.
Is this 5?
5.
It's the 5th one? No.
I don't know. We had problems last week.
Oh, shit.
Last one was better
as well.
Yeah.
Last one was better. Yeah. By the way, yeah, welcome. We're filming now.
Introduce ourselves. I'm Jay. That's Tam.
I'm Sam.
I'm Reece.
You're Reece.
So
Reece.
let's not confuse people.
I'm
There's
Reece.
a Reece. Sammy J, our producer, is back tonight. Say hello, Samuel.
Yeah.
We'll pick you up from this.
It was a lot more. Yeah, it was seamless this evening. That's better.
Yeah, so that's
Last one was
Tam.
better though. Last one
Jay.
sounded a lot better.
Yes.
Listening back to it, there's a lot. These microphones are much better. Something.
Yeah, if you listen like from that to the first one, there's got to be like
it's a major
big difference. Yeah.
What percentage would you say, Reece?
What do you mean?
Well,
Out of 10?
What percent? No, it's a percentage. It's out of 100.
What do you mean? Well, how good it is?
Yeah.
What percent?
Much better.
What? How?
Say
Wow. What should I say?
2%. No, I'm joking.
Okay, people. What was your topic tonight, Reece?
That's done then. Yeah.
So proud. So proud.
It's good. I think it was better. It was clearer. Yeah, definitely clearer. Like we all sound better, don't we? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, no.
So how's our week's been?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Better week this week actually.
Yeah, I've had a blinder this week.
Have you had a good week?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's not sarcastic.
How so? 'Cause I asked you this earlier and you said that it was.
Yeah, he said earlier he'd had a good week.
Because I just had a good week, just good jobs, and I should have earned an alright bit of money. Should be good. Yeah,
shining.
yeah. Sun has been shining. Yeah.
Been warm this
It's been nice today.
It does.
It's been really nice today.
Yeah. But it made a difference.
And the mask been shining
today, and I mean, obviously you can tell from me. God, Jay's all absolutely buzzing.
Yeah. Been watching the Masters?
Yep, been watching the golf. Yeah.
You tired?
Yeah, absolutely shattered.
Yeah. It's unusual.
I've worked very hard this week. You say that every week,
Isn't it? Did you not say this last week?
Yeah, I have one.
That's been about retiring.
I've worked harder this week
Wednesday.
than what I've ever done.
Particularly hard day.
That was just a random word.
Wednesday.
Octopus.
Wednesday. All about retiring. No, I actually, I did some work on Wednesday, and
That was it, was it?
yeah,
Just Wednesday, you just worked one day this week.
it was a lot of work on my own, and I'm in a bit of pain, all down my left hand side, neck, all down my shoulder.
I've got pain in my shoulder. Sammy J gave me a massage earlier.
Could you give Jay a massage, something? Yeah. The last time he gave me one, he started poking me in the back. So, whoa, what? That's my worry. That was my worry. And I just said, no, you're not giving me a neck massage. No more.
Sammy's just shaking his head.
No, this didn't happen.
Unacceptable. That'll be cut out. Sammy's not going to let that go live.
I've got a few bets on.
About the old Masters.
Yeah, a couple of bets. Probably none of them have come through, but
The Grand National was anything to go by.
yeah, that was a fucking shambles, wasn't it? Yeah.
35 horses, we covered 11 of them.
11 horses, didn't get one.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's how many you covered.
Mine
Yeah.
came second.
Between the three of us, we covered 11 horses.
You lot
not one of
shit.
them.
Absolutely.
What did you do?
Well, I didn't, but yeah. I'm going to win this weekend, though, big.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Takeaways on Reece then.
Then I'm quids in. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's not up on that too much. But yeah, no, it's been a not bad week. What I know last time when we left the podcast, we said everyone to do a good deed during the week.
if the opportunity arises,
Oh, Jay's clearly hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
be charitable.
You were on me. You were like, no, yeah, you'll be something will happen. Yeah. Has any of us done a good deed?
Literally, I've not been near a high street and I've been in the van.
You don't need to be in a high street to do it.
Well,
What's why?
There's no one in the van.
Why does there need to be ice?
Okay, I was
It
thinking
doesn't
along
just
the lines
sound
of
like he'd come out of 1940.
Yeah, I was thinking along
I
the
haven't
lines
been
of
near the high street this week.
homeless people, all that kind of thing.
There need to be homeless people. This is what we said last time. I helped a lady with a compost bag.
Yeah, but how many ladies
Asda.
you keep going on about that for a week now?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It doesn't need to be homeless.
He's hanging on to that, and he,
Yeah.
It was just a good deed. He did take dog out for a walk during the week.
did. Yeah.
Well, that's a good deed,
Yep.
isn't it?
That's a good deed for me
The poo.
because I didn't have to do it.
And you know, I thought, great, yeah.
Oh,
I was cooking dinner, so I said, you got
are we
choice.
counting that as a good deed? Because I picked one of her poos up earlier.
It was good until I put it in someone's
Well,
mouth.
do you know what? Shit, I've had an awesome week then. I'm the
Yeah.
most charitable out of all of you.
So, yeah, the cat's had a bit of a traumatic week.
Oh, yeah, the cat's had his bollocks chopped off today.
We did.
Very sheepish.
What happened with the good
Sheepish.
deed? Reese, did you do
Did
anything?
you just do a good deed?
Well, no.
Oh,
Oh, well done. Good.
as if we were surprised that you might.
Yeah,
No.
well, I did kind of pre-warn you, didn't I? That I
Yeah,
was-
true.
No, listen, I don't see anyone.
No, and that's the thing. It
Who
hasn't
am I
got
meant
to
to
be...
do a good deed to?
I don't know, neighbours.
Fuck my neighbours.
Okay.
Fucking hell, his neighbours above him, they
Noisy bitch.
like 3 a.m, they'll be like stomping about.
And I'm like, what can you possibly be doing at 3 a.m?
Ridiculous. Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah, go to bed. No, sorry, back to your thing. I didn't do any good deeds.
Samuel?
Sorry.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
I'm giving him some stick, but I didn't do a good deed this week.
I did. Well, I work for a care company.
Oh, well, fuck it off.
Every day's a good deed. Yeah.
No, I pressed to round up my purchase at Not Cuts Garden Centre for charity.
So you had the opportunity.
But Samuel was in the queue before me and bought a £50 tree for the garden,
Yeah.
$49.99.
So it'd only been 1p.
Do you want to round it up? He went, no.
Fucking hell, Sam. That would have been your good deed.
And I said to her, they make you feel really guilty, didn't they? And she looked at me, she said, no, you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. And I thought, yeah,
I like
you
the
don't
ones.
have to do
Do you
it.
ever go into the garage and you come up, you go to
Charity.
the card and it's just, do you want to donate
Press yes for
25p?
charity.
And then the fella behind presses no for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, good.
Oh, I've never,
I don't know where that goes. What?
Yeah,
Where does it go?
yeah, probably his pocket.
Yeah, and that's my worry. They don't tell you
I
what
did-
charity it's for.
I did that, and
What did I should do?
I gave to charity Pets at Home today.
really.
Donated £1 to the charity.
So you did
that they're
too?
running.
What charity is it?
I think it was the RSPCA.
Oh, nice. I like that. Animal ones. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Animal.
done. Cruelty.
I'm also babysitting a baby Rottweiler tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good deed
that's a
this
good
week.
Yeah, Bruce, that's a good deed. That.
Yeah.
So I'm quite angelic.
Jay and Reese are out tomorrow, planning my hen do.
Yeah, Sam's hen do. It's quite a big
Promo.
fucking, what do you mean? What do you call it?
Hen do.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. It's massive.
none
we
of us
just-
got that, Reece,
just kind of-
because you
few
and
ideas about
responsibility in a sentence would have just never, yeah. FOMO, head. Cock.
Who's like
Who's got big what?
who's like pulling lead rank on it? Who's sort of
That's got.
It won't be
is
Reece.
it like an even
No,
split?
technically, it should be, Reese, but it's
Am I going to be able to plan it? Probably not.
Reece, no, it's not. It's about being
necessarily.
chief decision maker.
Well, I already
good are you
know.
at
I
making-
already know what footwear I'm going to put Sam in. That's all I know.
we need to.
Do you know where we're going and when?
No, it's just the footwear.
You can give them to me now if you like.
No, you're not supposed to know.
No, but what I mean is that if that's how far you've got, that's
We
useless.
need
Reece,
to have a look
can
where
I-
to
can I
go.
just-
This is why we're meeting up tomorrow.
What there is to do there,
What do you mean?
Where?
wherever we decide to go.
Can I just ask a question?
What, have I got to decide where we're going? And all that
Yeah,
shit?
Reece, when was the last time you made a decision all by yourself?
We're going back. 97 probably.
Where were you born?
96. So. I don't know. Fuck knows. Yeah, no.
I would.
No, I didn't know. I just didn't know if there was someone that was like kind of taking charge.
Not at the moment. We just said we said we get together, have a look at a few places where we could go, see what there is to do.
We'll make it good for you. Don't worry.
And that
Yeah.
kind of thing, hotels and whatever.
All right. Cool. Thank you. So I appreciate you getting.
I think
Just get an idea of where we go.
So yeah, no, maybe not. Thank you.
Yeah, sort of like prices and whatever. And then once we've got that figured out, then perhaps we'll start looking at like where we're going to go, like at that place and stuff. And yeah, but I think, yeah. Do you think? Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Is he wearing anything else?
Go,
or
just footwear.
Just footwear.
Just footwear for this one. So
Nothing else.
You get your dad's green mankini.
Brad came out with a good idea. Did he? What did he come up with?
Don't discuss.
I'll have to read it back. The little people. Yes. Don't give it away.
Don't do that.
We're going to chain you to a midget.
Remember that I got Lily.
You're going to have to fuck a midget.
Don't do
There's
it.
Lily's family.
Tom and Bill.
Tom, Bill, and Mark.
Yeah.
And they won't see the funny side of that.
Nah.
Michael will love that. Of course he will.
No.
It's
Don't do
just
that.
because he doesn't want that.
Don't do that.
Don't you what?
Get me a midget.
Believe you said that. That wasn't what we're talking about. That's not politically correct. We were talking about dwarf. No, I'm a short person. So.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough of that because we're gonna end up. Yeah. I don't want to know too much. No, I don't want to know too much. What did you have any points this week?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to go?
I don't mind. I can go. Yeah, go on.
So I listened to.
Can I just, Reese, are you feeling okay?
What do you mean?
You're being a bit difficult tonight.
Because he's not drinking.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's because he's got to go home and go to work.
Am I being difficult?
You're in a very weird mood today.
No, I'm
Is he
not.
being elusive?
Elusive, is it?
The fuck does that mean? Aloof. I don't know what that means.
Anyway, Seb.
Sorry.
Yours.
I'll try to be less
So I
aloof.
listened to a podcast during the week, and it was a fella called Ben Lamb.
Okay.
Oh, not Mr. Hancock.
No, not
You
Mr.
cheating.
Hancock. Yeah, no, I've similar kind of. Well,
No, not at all.
Was it Joe Rogan?
Yeah, so I wasn't going to mention the name because I'll get shouted at.
Shouted at.
It's kind of along the same sort of lines, but not really. So he's basically.
Sorry. Oh, no, go on.
No, go on.
New one or?
Yeah, new one. Have you not listened to
No.
it? Oh, I thought you'd have been well up on this. Let me just get my notes up because I wrote a few notes down. So the guy's called Ben Lamb, and they genetically engineer
Oh, I haven't listened to it. But I've seen it,
animals, if you like. So they're at the moment trying to work on like bringing back the woolly mammoth, that kind of thing.
so. Saber-toothed tigers as well.
Was this a direwolf?
Yeah, so
Oh, ruined, completely ruined. Yeah. Sorry.
Only because it was referenced to a game, Game of Thrones. That's got dragons in it.
yeah,
go on,
exactly. It's
carry
got
on.
dragons.
I didn't realise they were a real
So what they're doing is they're working to try and bring back the woolly mammoth, and the Asian elephant is the closest thing to a woolly mammoth. Apparently, I've got it written down here. It's 99.6% identical to the Asian elephant as opposed to the African.
So it's
elephant.
basically a mammoth then.
So it's without the. Sometimes when they're born
With hair.
like with fur, like fully, and then they lose it over time. So they're working on that. They made woolly mice. So they got the genetic
I
material.
want one.
You want one? Yeah.
This is what they were saying. They were saying like loads of kids have like been in contact with them, saying we really want one. So they got the genetic material from a woolly mammoth. They've got hair from in a petri dish in lab or whatever, and they managed to make woolly mice. So they're kind of halfway there.
No shit.
And they've made 3 direwolves. So from Game of Thrones is where you'd best know them from.
Yeah.
George R. Martin? Is he the fellow that wrote Game of Thrones? Yep. He's one of their investors. So he invested into it, and they've made 3 direwolves. They're 6 months old.
Are they dangerous?
Well,
How long have they been extinct?
They've been extinct for about 12,000 years. So this is where it links up a little bit to that whole Younger Dryas period with
He's going back into it.
Rose things.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry.
got to
They
get it
went
in.
extinct around about then, basically. So they've
The
been
words.
extinct for about 12,000 years, and they've just brought them back.
Cataclysm.
They've got 3 of them, 2 boys and 1 girl. I'm not going to do this.
No, sorry.
Yeah, go on, we're listening.
And they used a grey wolf because apparently a grey wolf is like the closest relative to it. And they were talking about how you can. So they take the DNA and they can control it sort of step by step along the way. So at some point they can control it to what they want to do. So apparently he was talking about DNA works in like a series of numbers or something. So they'll take DNA from a grey wolf, and then at some point they can input the numbers to change it to be a dire wolf. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they've done it because I'm not.
Why not?
So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too clued up.
What numbers are they changing,
I
Sam?
don't know
What are the numbers?
But yeah. So anyway, my thing was that they've made 3 dire wolves. They're trying to bring back.
Where did they make them? What country?
They're in Dallas,
Dallas.
Texas. Yeah. Along with John Reeves. I don't know if you listen to John Reeves. He's got the boneyard in.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so they visited there a couple of times.
What's their plan? Are they going to like release them to the wild or what?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think so. So they said that they'll let them live their lives out as they are.
Yeah.
But he did say like sometimes you have to. He said he was sitting out the other day and one of I think he's called him Remus. I can't remember. But one of them came up to him and he stroked him. And then apparently something happened. And this Ben Lamb was like, "That's the last time I'm going to touch." Really, I still need to remember that they're wild animals. Like, as much as he spends a lot of time with them and he can kind of train them.
It's not like a dog or a cat, is it?
He's like they're still wild animals. So I don't know what they're going to end up doing with them.
Why 3?
I think they're planning on doing more. That's just
Well,
that's just what they've got to at the moment.
Oh,
They've
okay.
got 2 girls and a boy. Yeah.
How are they getting on with the woolly mammoths?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I know, like I say, that they've got the hair of a woolly mammoth. Well, they've got a few of them or whatever, and they've managed to find DNA. So it will be something that they do in the future, but I'm not sure how they're sort of.
That's quite fascinating, and they can do that, ain't it?
Yeah, they're thinking about bringing back the. I think they were talking about bringing back the dodo as well.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then there's an animal called thylacine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a wild, again, it's part of that family. It's like a wild dog
Yeah.
that went extinct about 12,000 years ago. And there's still, there can't be still a few of them left, but they're like a wild dog that they're thinking about bringing back as well. It's all very new, so I can't say that I know very much about it, but it's a really fascinating podcast.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's really, really cool. Yeah. And then to think that they're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, it's fascinating.
So yeah. That was my point this week that I wanted to bring up.
Oh, I like it.
Interesting. I liked it. It was good.
Good podcast.
I started listening to that. What's the face one today?
Dave Smith and
Dave Smith and Douglas Murray.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
what's that about?
it's basically would you call it a debate?
I like the debate one.
Yeah, they're really good.
Quite heated.
What, just about anything?
No. So Dave Smith, he's a comedian,
Right.
but he dabbles in like so it's kind of like a bit politically sort of stuff. Like he talks a lot on like the Russia-Ukraine war, like Israel-Palestine and all that sort of stuff. And this other bloke, I'm not actually sure what he is. He's an English fella. Is he like a journalist or something?
I know that he's written books. He's a reporter. No, not a reporter. He's an author. I did read the description. I thought he was something to do with I thought he was in politics. But
Yeah.
I don't know quite what he is, but he's
So they're both like good like debating, and it made a really good podcast. But they both got like differing views. So like Dave Smith is like really supportive. Like he's a Jew himself, but he's really supportive of Palestine. Like he's like looked into it, and he thinks it's like disgusting, like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And this other bloke, he's like in favour of Israel.
Right.
And it's just about their
Oh, I see.
going at it. And again with Ukraine, like Dave Smith, he's not like people that they've said he's like a bit of a, what do you call it, like a Russia sympathist, or what's the word? Yeah.
He was kind of saying as well, like there's a lot
In some
of people.
ways, but yeah. But I wouldn't go that far. Like he does know that, like what
He was making the point that there's like a lot of people, and I think now with like the new age of podcasts, there's a lot of people that, so he was saying like comedians like this Dave Smith, who go on and talk about politics and history, and then sit there and go, you know, I don't know anything about this, and I can't really talk to this, but I'm going to spend all my time talking about it and putting loads of information out,
like a certain narrative that might not necessarily be
and
true.
when it doesn't get agreed with, they can turn around and go, well, I'm just, what do I know? And so he's
Basically doing what we're doing, talking about things you know nothing
You
about.
don't have a fucking clue.
But then we don't claim to be, well, no, I suppose, isn't it what we do? But then
But this was his point. He was like, anyone could talk about it. Like,
well,
let's talk about it.
It's not.
Yeah, but I think his point he was making is because they've got big platforms, so a lot of people listen. And so if you're like saying something
And
that isn't
therefore
true,
agree
people
with them.
take that and then like run with it.
listen to us, but the Joe Rogan podcast,
Yeah,
millions of people listening to that.
Yeah, but just look at what you've done with Graham and Joe Rogan and that. How much you believe.
They'd be so proud.
Pointed a few people towards them, and no, you're right, and I believe.
I mean,
Do you think that people will be sitting there at some point in the years going, yeah, so when we listen to Three Bobs and a Johnny, do you remember when they're talking to them?
When I read,
No,
you may have
they'd be like this
one of
bunch
the
of
three
idiots.
people that
Me and
listen.
Sammy are on this. We're committed to this, aren't we, Pickle? We're definitely going, we're going to retire.
This is it.
This is going to, I'm going to be known in oldie when I go in,
Please watch.
wow, yeah, yeah.
No, yeah.
It was good actually.
Yeah.
So I'm only an hour and a half in. I'm not too far in, but it was interesting. I like a good debate.
podcast chasing.
Audio books.
Oh,
Yes.
go on then.
Go on.
Oh, well, that one earlier. It was Troy Deeney.
Today.
What did you listen to?
Yeah, I think it's called Buckle Up in the Back of Barry's Cab or something, it's called.
Oh, right. What's that about?
It's just, I heard this guy on Talk Sport, and it's all I listen to is Talk Sport. But we watched a video, a clip, gosh, how long, about 3 years ago? And it was a guy, they were filming this guy, and he was trying to promote a carpet shop, basically, and he was going on about offers on Axminster carpet, but he's got false teeth, and he couldn't get it out, and he couldn't say it. We thought, I always thought it was serious. I thought it was just some guy.
It's a character.
It turns out he's,
Oh, I see.
and he's now got a podcast, and I heard a bit of it today on the radio. Have you listened? So yeah, well, only
To what we listened to earlier.
But you,
I ain't going to listen to it.
Seconds.
but
You
if
are.
you listen to Talk Sport, podcast should absolutely.
Yeah, but then I was listening
Yeah.
to Talk Sport today. They one of the shows they
Even the people that will have
Yeah.
podcasts that are on Talk Sport.
yeah, they do.
do.
Shows they changed a few of the from the regular presenters, and it came across. There was three of them in there. They were all just sitting around having a chat, and it sounded very much like a podcast.
Yeah.
But it kind of is, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
But it's like you listened to a lot of LBC, didn't you?
LBC. I can't get enough of it at the moment.
Oh, really?
Nick Ferrari in the mornings,
Yeah.
brilliant. It's so interesting. Every day they're just talking about interesting stuff. I feel like you learn so much. Like, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Not percentages, though.
Yeah. Out of
Well, that's maths, isn't it? So
fucking hell.
I didn't do very well at maths.
Yeah. Anyway, what did you bring to the table?
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me get my notes up. Well, I was going to talk about something different, but I've been listening to LBC, and also...
is we'd have a pen and paper, wouldn't we?
probably if we could,
Be bothered.
to kind of do a bit of research or have some
Yeah, so mine,
really.
actually, this could be my good deed of the week. Spreading a bit of awareness.
Okay.
And it's also something I wanted to bring to Dad as well,
Oh.
because it affects people of a certain age.
Oh, yeah, I know who it is. Yeah.
What age is a certain age?
50.
Prostate
Prostate cancer test. Yeah. Yeah.
Go on.
Well, apparently they've come up with a new at-home saliva test, which is proven to be better than a blood
Hear
test.
about that? It's just spit, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's like, easy to do. Like,
How can they work that? They've obviously
I don't know how it works.
How can they take that from saliva to work out if you've got?
well, I don't think they can tell. Yeah, you can tell. Like,
I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just about what it's worth doing it, and it.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's worth getting the check.
They send it away for test, don't they? And then if it comes back abnormal, you'd have to still go in and get your prostate checked. But I mean, you carry on talking because it's not like I was saying anything. Carry on, both.
The test did send me a kit.
did they?
For a bowel cancer testing kit.
Okay.
And I did open it, I did look at it, and I did kind of leave it out and think I must do that. And I never did.
No.
And shouldn't
Never
do it.
did.
It's worth it.
But this is the age that me and Dad are in. Is that, you know, Lily gets a glossy box and Dad gets a bowel cancer test box through the post.
Great, just
That's the difference between the parcels that come through the door.
Yeah. It was literally send a bit of a sample.
No, and your dad actually said to me, "I've got a shit in a cup," and I went, "Well,"
The dogs.
I was like, "Well, yeah, of course you've got shit in a cup," and he's like, "No, I can't do that."
You should do it. Not shit in a cup, but you should do this.
Please,
Sounds big enough.
You should do this saliva test thing. Yeah, it's just worth it.
But is it available now? Is it?
Well, yeah, I assume
ring up the GP.
Yeah,
and ask.
but yeah, it affects 1 in 8 men.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently, like, there's no there can be no symptoms. So like, a lot of people have it, and obviously
I
don't know.
I really should get checked more
Yeah.
because of history. My nan had bowel cancer.
Yeah.
Well, you already had cancer, so
And then I probably should.
Yeah, I think you should. I wanted to bring it up, but I think, yeah. Because I'll tell you what, because that's it. One of Mum and Rob's neighbours, he had one done, and he like had prostate cancer. It was like quite high. I don't know where he's at. Do you know any more, Sam? Don't know where he's at with it. But then it sort of, Rob went and got one done, and apparently his is like high. Like he's not got it, but it's high sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I know he was going back in to have something sorted out, but like, do you know what I mean? So you just don't know. Like,
Especially if he's got no symptoms.
no, that's a scary thing, isn't it? Like, if you feel yourself ill or whatever, you're like, saying not right, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you know with that, don't you? But yeah, when
yeah. Apparently, it's the most common cancer in men. Kills 12,000 men a year, and yeah, mainly affects men over 50, and the risk increases with age. And if you're a black male, I think it's like 1 in 4 black males.
Really?
Crazy, isn't it?
It's good to raise some awareness about that. That's good.
Yeah. So that does that count as my good deed of the week?
No, you didn't do anything for that.
Come on.
you didn't physically.
Yeah, you didn't help anyone.
Well, I might have done. What if they go get tested now and they go get sorted?
Then we'll wait for them to write in and say
Yeah,
thank you.
and then that will be your good deed done. Yeah. But
Well, I tried.
I think the question is, Dad, are you going to do it?
Yeah,
I think you should.
To
get
Get tested.
You really should.
He won't, but
No, you.
Oh, listen to them. These are the two that used to beg you when they were younger to give up smoking.
now look at us.
Look at them.
50 a day.
Daddy,
You won't.
give up smoking. We don't want you to die. Smoking's horrible. 15.
Say to yourself,
terrible because, like I say, they've been through it before, but I guess I don't know. Especially my dad's generation would never go to the doctors. Would never.
Nah.
And I
I suppose none of them.
I think might be really tail end of that as well.
but then you don't need to go to the doctors for it.
Yeah,
You can order a kit.
Yeah, you can
And
do
it'll
it
come.
yourself at home.
yeah.
You just got to spit in a jar.
He's not going to do
I won't do it exactly.
spit in a jar.
Because if I
Spit in a jar, shit in a cup.
And they
I could have nothing left in the kitchen.
like I say, they rolling this out. They do, does it work? Is it proven?
Well, apparently so. When I see it this week, apparently that's what they say. Apparently it's better than a blood test.
Yeah.
And you can do it
See,
at home.
I listened to this RFK one the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I managed to get through it. I don't know if you ever, do you know RFK?
JFK's nephew.
Right. Okay.
and he's part of Trump
administration.
administration. And I listened to his podcast the other day and just had around.
You were struggling for the words. I was trying to help.
And it was a really good one actually. And he's so he does a lot of work into now. He does a lot of work into vaccines.
Right, okay.
And do you know what? Listening to that podcast makes me regret getting that fucking vaccine.
What, COVID?
Oh,
Is this why he keeps going on about COVID tonight?
I don't know.
No.
Feeling a bit
COVID
COVID.
one. It's been out for ages.
We spoke about it
I've only
before
just
that, didn't
listened. It's only just I've only
They
just
rolled it
listened
out so quick, and they came up with that.
Yeah.
What the long-term effects
I
of.
don't know. It just so he's got a voice. He's got a voice.
Have you heard him speak before?
No.
His voice is fucked.
So he can't talk really. He's got a very
He's like, as a result, uncomfortable listening.
as a result, not a COVID vaccine, but as a result of a vaccine that he took, it had an effect on his vocal cords and it really fucked his voice up. But he started doing work initially. He started doing work into with women in, I don't know where it was, New York, or it was women in America, and there was a correlation between them eating tuna fish and getting mercury poisoning.
Yeah, heard that before.
It turns out that the water that these tuna fish were in was so diluted with fucking mercury that these women that are eating tuna fish, and especially pregnant women, end up getting mercury poisoning.
A lot of it. I mean,
Well, no, but it doesn't take a lot to get it, I suppose.
They love tuna out there.
He's basically at the moment he's looking into the there was a massive like autism epidemic.
Yep.
There was a period of time where a lot of kids were getting autism.
Yeah, he says, how many older people do you know, like, with serious, like, mental-
Really, like you look at Pete's age. How many people would Pete know that have got autism?
Or like disabilities.
Well,
Like
you
that.
wouldn't know, but I suspect it's quite high because your dad said this before.
I mean, they weren't diagnosed back then, were they?
No.
Dyslexia, that they just weren't diagnosed in them days. It's got nothing to do with.
How many?
Yeah,
people, like, there was a massive.
Look at the
there's
difference now, but now people identify and the spectrum is so broad that you could. We spoke about this before. You could pretty much all of us could fall somewhere within that spectrum. You know,
Yeah.
it's such a broad spectrum.
I don't think there's any dispute about it. There was a massive autism epidemic.
Yeah.
So he's just looking into like kind of what.
He is a bit of a kooky one, to
I
be
was
honest.
gonna
It
say,
is a bit of a crazy one.
I'm not here to argue with you. It's
The
happened.
jabs that we had as babies.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, what they've got in them. So there was a study that came out that it was one of these one of these top vaccine organisations. It was about the time when, I don't know whether it was when JFK was in power. It might have been Lincoln. I can't remember. I don't know who the president was at the time.
Quite a difference.
He said, yeah, I know, that was a massive difference. Yeah, but I can't remember who it was. But they were finding out all this information that these vaccines weren't great. And the president at the time basically said to him, why don't you make a vaccine that actually does good? Like, rather than coming out of all these side effects, why don't you spend a bit of time and find a vaccine that does good? And they wrote in their statement that you cannot make a vaccine safely without it having quite severe effects. Like, it's impossible to make a vaccine that doesn't have severe effects on people.
When I go back, when we were at school, I guess you had it, Tam, as well, but we had jabs for TB, polio.
Yeah, and he was saying like, in his lifetime, he's had like 36 jabs or whatever, and he was saying that his kids now, to be able to either get through school, they have to have at least 72 jabs to be able to.
Crazy. It's talking mad, isn't it?
And it's like, I'm not saying that they're all bad. They're all like, of course, and the argument is that they saved hundreds and thousands of lives. Like, that's fine, but I can't.
I think what you need to ask yourself, I think the question is, and you have this as a mum when you have the jab for your children for like whooping cough and stuff like this, and the side effects were all explained, and the amount of mums that I knew at the time that was like, oh no, I'm not going to get it done, just look at the side effects it could. And I'm like, but have you ever seen and heard a child with whooping cough? Have you ever met anyone with polio?
Yeah.
Until you've lived the illness
through that.
The side effects of the vaccine is nothing compared to what the illness is that you're being vaccinated against. And I think that's the kind of argument.
Yeah.
Although it depends.
They were
obviously it does sound crazy, but if it is giving,
if it causes his things, like he was saying, he was doing.
Yeah, but that's science as well. You know, if you go back years ago and look at the NHS and the vaccines and even medication that was being given to people, you know, mercury used to be given to people for certain things. You know, it's only when you establish the cause and effect of that vaccine medication that you go, oh gosh, that wasn't as good as what we thought it was going to do.
It's all a bit trial and error.
It's evolution. And
he was saying he was doing these talks on it with these three women were just following him about everywhere, trying to get across to him, saying like, our children, as a result of these vaccines that they've taken, they've now got like learning disabilities, and they're now reduced, like they can't take in information, they've forgotten how to speak, they've like all their potty training's gone out the window, like they're really struggling
as a result of the vaccine.
Yeah, and it got to the point where he was like, because he didn't initially want to go down this vaccine route, he wanted to look into other things. And he said that he got to the point where he couldn't ignore that. Like these women were following him everywhere, and he was like, at some point, these are mothers of children that are living through this. Like, and he said, I've kind of got to look into this and see what.
So by him looking into it, and he's discovered.
He looked into it, and there's I can't remember exactly what it was, but there's a lot of vaccines that cause children to get severe learning difficulties. And then this related to what he was saying.
That's scary, isn't it? Because if that is
you
true,
can't have a vaccine that's 100%.
how dark is that? But it's true.
we've only got to look at you two.
Yeah, autism.
Yeah, we're on the spectrum somewhere. But yeah, he was saying
You two, well, I'm
no
very big
vaccine.
persons, really. We have every jab that we could get, really. So yeah,
There's no vaccine that's
Try to play safe.
it's just
it's scary.
it is
And
scary. Long-term effects from things like that.
don't know.
That's exactly what we said about the COVID jab. It darkened it. You know,
Yeah.
it came out, and everybody went, "Yep, we'll have it," because it was, everyone was so worried about, the kind of dying and getting COVID that we all.
I think everyone wanted to get out of lockdown and stuff, didn't they? It was just
Exactly. It was a quick fix, wasn't it?
But we don't know yet, and we won't know for years what the long-term effects are.
it's crazy.
I think we should wrap up, and then the next one talk about the next possible global recession and COVID lockdown that's going to come in.
Whoa, cliffhanger.
Dun, dun, dun. Night, everyone.
Whoa.
So yeah, I thought we'd just discuss the whole
You got glasses on now.
Trump's tariffs.
So what was what was your question again? I just wanted to.
It was talking about a global recession.
You have to listen.
That's what it is. A recession, and because of Trump, and whether we're going to go into another COVID lockdown.
What's the lockdown got to do with the tariffs?
Well, I don't know whether it'll be sneakily put in with the fact that we're going through a recession, but it was just they're not linked.
How do you think? This is just me. I'm not going back at you.
No.
This is just a genuine question. What kind of lockdown do you think we'll go into? Like, how do you think we'll end up in a lockdown? Because obviously the COVID lockdown was due to health and like stand.
Yeah, no,
keep everyone safe.
same again.
You think it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
COVID, another COVID.
possibly. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I can't see how that will help the economy, because you look at the COVID lockdown,
Fucked it.
and everybody was off work, and everyone's getting paid for
What's
it.
potentially
Amount of
going to
businesses
happen?
are shut down.
Yeah, but what
We're gonna be
potentially is
paying
going to
for that
happen
for-
with Trump at the moment?
Years and years. What potentially is going to happen with Trump?
Yeah.
Economic.
In what way? Well, the economy, the global
But
economy.
it's gonna
go down, and it looks like it's all going to go to shit.
Yeah. So my thoughts are possibly, are we going to have another lockdown to safeguard Trump being blamed for a global recession?
No, I don't think so, because the rest of the world will blame him for it. I don't think the rest of the
I
world...
think everyone's pretty open to blaming Trump for everything.
Yeah.
I
I don't have enough money in my bank. That's Trump's problem.
you know them people that are stuck up in space.
Yes.
You know the people they were meant to be out there for like 8 days or 4 days or whatever. They ended up staying up there for 8 months. They were up there for, and NASA concluded that the only space rocket that could bring them back was a SpaceX rocket, which is Elon Musk.
Yep.
And it's called the Dragon something or whatever. And it was the only one that's safe enough to bring those people back to Earth.
Yeah.
Elon Musk offered to do it, but this was before the what's it called? Inauguration.
Yeah, before Trump was in.
Before Trump was in.
It was the Democrats.
And he offered to do it, but because he supported Trump, the Biden administration said no, not to bring them back yet. But they scheduled to bring them back after the inauguration was done. So that because anyone that was seen to be supporting Trump, if they'd have done this great thing, these people back, once they saw this seen to be, so the Biden administration refused to bring them back because Elon Musk was a supporter of Trump.
But surely if that's proved right, then yeah, I mean
it's proven that they done that. That's public knowledge that they done that. And they pushed the return date back to after the inauguration, so that it wasn't.
Well, it was the election, wasn't it? Because I guess
I mean, they must have kind of calculated the fact that they would, everything was going to be okay, and they would last that long. And
this is what got me.
You don't know that. The Biden administration was so dead set on Trump not winning.
So if something had happened to one of them, they would have been held accountable.
Yeah, well, of course.
Well, yeah. They would have probably found a way. Yeah, they probably
would out of it one way.
They would have found a way to cover it up or something.
Yeah, definitely. But they were so dead set on not, nothing. It had to have nothing to do with Trump that they wouldn't.
Where is Elon Musk now?
He's leaving, isn't he? His position at Doge.
Yeah. Why is he leaving?
Well, to go back to his businesses and stuff like that. But apparently on Twitter, like with all this tariff stuff, he's sort of like digging at Trump. Like it's almost like they were having a little bit of a fallout. Yeah.
I think they had a bit of a fallout.
Yeah.
I think Elon Musk was.
Do you think you rolled him to kind of get him in? And
well, this is what they were saying the other day on LBC. They were saying
I don't think he bankrolled
in that inauguration. That in that front row, there's like billionaires, and they put in so much money towards Trump's. What do you call it? Campaign. And he's obviously done all this thing with the tariffs and that. They're losing like billions of pounds. Like that's got to be like the worst investment, surely.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't understand how he's getting away with this. We've seen it on the news all week. And going back to your kind of point, and will we go into a global recession?
I think we will. It's kind of
the amount of recessions imposed on other countries.
China, it's like 125%.
But you know what?
He's put it on hold.
And he put it up.
He put it on hold for, was it 90
But
days?
not for China.
Not for China.
Yeah, just not for.
He upped it.
He's got
125%.
And they've done the same back to him, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's like kind of petty.
It's tit for tat, isn't it?
I think it's so dangerous. I think his ego, he's got some kind of God complex in his ego.
Yeah, he is a bit crazy dude.
He's just trying to, I don't know what his end game is. I don't know what he's trying to prove.
Well, I think the whole thing is to better America, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
No, it is.
Or is it just a power thing for him?
Maybe a bit, but the plan is so it's basically like he's putting these tariffs in all these countries, so it's more expensive to import stuff in.
I understand that.
It's so that American people will buy American-made goods.
And they can produce everything.
Yeah, themselves, which it kind of makes sense for them. Like, it's kind of a good thing.
I understand that, but I don't know. I don't think in 4 years he's going to achieve any of that.
Do you not reckon?
Oh, he didn't, because within 24 hours,
His cabinet last time,
it spiked.
Yeah.
like he just had people in there that he didn't know he didn't know what to do really.
Yeah.
And then they were saying like this time round he's got RFK, Elon Musk, Well, I'm saying he had 4 years to think about it and bring people in.
But apparently,
Whether that's good or not, I don't know.
they tried all these tariffs before. It was years ago. I think it was like the 1930s. They tried it before, and they were saying the problem with it is like, all right, it's all well and good. Like, you'll be making your American goods and that, but eventually, like, the standards start to slip, and then the products become shit.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what I mean? Then it's like, yeah,
The whole reason it went
everyone else developed
because it was cheaper to produce and manufacture.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's got to be some things that they can't produce that they're probably going to have to get in, isn't there?
Well, no, people can produce whatever, if weather and all of that permits, like for food-wise. The point is the production of clothes in this country, because of the way that we run wages, minimum wage, national insurance, tax, all of that, you have to pay so much more for people to produce clothes in this country. That's why clothes are really expensive from English designers. You go to Vietnam, China.
They're like Shein and stuff. It's all made up there, isn't it? Like,
Yes,
so
there's no import, is there?
You can spend £2.50 on a vest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas you're spending 20 quid if it's produced in your own country.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have to. Well, I suppose that's why they put
that's
tariffs
my
on.
very basic concept of it. So that's why I don't understand.
The iPhone is the craziest.
America wants to bring everything back in house.
Well, it's made in China, isn't it?
Modern day slavery, the making of the iPhone.
Oh, yeah, do you know in their factories?
There's people in the factories that like live in the factories. They have to sleep
Apparently-
there. Apparently they've put netting around all the outside.
Still my fact.
So sorry. There's netting around these factories in China that make the iPhones because so many people have tried to commit suicide and jump. They put net. It's stuff like modern day slavery.
How fucked is that?
Yeah.
They get away with that. If
It's China. It's China.
It's the same rules and laws as us.
And that's what we're all using. All these iPhones. It's crazy, isn't it?
that's public knowledge. Do you know that
Yeah, it's China.
It's China. They do what they like, don't they? I don't know. I don't know how they get away with it. I'm not
Dictatorship, isn't it?
But it's they so many people are committed
To come into work on time, get paid 26 odd grand, and do the bare minimum.
Yeah,
And they think they've got a bad time.
12-year-old kids making iPhones.
Did you know if you earn
Threatening to jump out the building.
If you earn-
have to lock them in.
if you earn over 35 grand a year, if you earn over 35 grand a year, you're in the top 1% of richest
1%.
people in the world.
Yeah.
If you say that again.
If you earn over 35 grand a year, you're in the top 1% richest people in the world.
Oh, really?
How mad is that?
Yeah.
Facts.
Why are you both nodding? It's like you listen to the same podcast, or
We do. Yeah, we do.
do.
No, that is a fact.
They must be quite a rich country there, to be fair.
Yeah, we are.
To be in the top 1%.
we are with second world, aren't we?
You need to earn something like £500,000 a year to be in the top.
Yeah, but they are.
That's good. That's different.
I think their average is still
Just silly money now.
Top 1%. Yeah.
like an average wage out there is like 50 grand. Like, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's higher.
So, but yeah, in answer to your,
I think it is.
I thought I heard it is, but I don't know.
Shall I check?
Have a look. Yeah, there we go.
fact check that.
I could be wrong.
In answer to your thing about a lockdown, I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought, to be fair. I didn't really realise we was at that.
I thought it was if there's another pandemic or something, but
Yeah, but for what? What, COVID?
well, I don't know. No, I think everyone kind of knows that COVID isn't what we thought it was.
Did you see that thing that they done to Joe Rogan during COVID?
Yeah.
He got COVID, but because he takes a lot of vitamins and electrolytes and whatever else, within 3 days he was fine. He documented all of this. He's done videos and whatever. Within 3 days, he felt a bit shit, and then by the third day he was back in the gym. He was fine. He was absolutely normal again. And he posted a video of him in the gym saying all of this, basically saying feel absolutely fine. 3 days I got over it.
took ivermectin.
I stick to ivermectin.
Which is a horse dewormer.
Yeah, he sticks to all of these. He's really strict with his diet and vitamins and all the rest of it. And he posted it online.
I can't remember. One of the news channels got hold of
I
it.
mean, it was CNN or something. They got hold of it and they put a filter over his face to make him look yellow, so that when he done this video, his face was yellow, so that they could kind of debunk him, if you like, to say that it's a load of bollocks.
Yeah, and that was quite. It's weird what they can do. It's weird what they can.
You find it?
What they can control.
I have found it. Yes.
Yeah.
So the average, according to April 2024, the average annual earnings for a full-time employee in the UK is £37,000,
Okay.
Yeah.
and in the US it's $66,000,
Oh, okay. So it
which is
high.
50,000.
I was right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, right. Well done.
We're all moving to America.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I
Back
would.
to your point then, Tam. So what you seem to think that
You seem to think, why do you
Well,
start it off like that?
no, that possibly we may go into.
Oh, he's
another
going to have a
lockdown.
row.
He's really worried about this lockdown.
No,
Are they new glasses, by the way?
They're new reading glasses. They were a purchase on Mother's Day in Whitstable.
Oh, nice. Sorry.
very
to
funky.
take away from
Yeah,
the
they're
thing.
cool. I
Along
love
with my
it.
pink
Cool.
jumper, of which I want to go back, get another jumper and another pair of glasses.
No, they're nice. They're cool. I like them.
They've got a slight little yellow tinge to them.
Yeah. my
Stevie
one-
Wonder.
lovely.
Whoa.
What kind of lockdown?
That's
then do
quite
you
strong,
think
isn't it?
we're
My
going
ones have got
into?
like the blue
What do
light
you
thing
mean?
in it.
Another
Why-
health,
why-
that's what we
But
said.
why health?
Another health pandemic, yeah.
Like a COVID. similar to
Monkeypox.
COVID.
I don't know anything.
Oh right, the way you kind of pose the question is if you knew something.
No, it's
that-
just intriguing.
She's got inside
Yeah,
information.
that's-
Don't
well, that's
have
what I
inside
thought.
information.
That's what I thought.
She works in that industry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's what I thought. I didn't know whether you'd kind of,
No, I just think with the whole recession and governments and excuse me, spooks and all of that I think it would just be completely
I think if we're heading for a
That it will go into a lockdown.
the last thing they need.
I think there's
That's a good
I think there's something to be said for the fact that we'd never gone through something like that before, and the way that it was imposed upon us with the whole COVID lockdown thing, I think it was everyone just followed instruction and everyone done it. We were able to lock the world down,
Yeah.
and everybody done it. And I wonder if there's something, like if it is something that they rolled out purposely, or that they ever want to roll out purposely again, like the how easy people comply, and they
you think
like
if
could
it
they
happened
do it again?
Do you think do you think people would oppose it?
People would be more skeptical,
I don't know. That's what I was going to say. I was kind of going to say, like, is it a really effective way to get people to do what you want? Because people did just comply, but I don't know what benefit that would serve. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, if there is another worldwide pandemic, we're all going to have to do it. But I would imagine
I mean, the whole point of the recession is
last thing the world needs.
no, but the whole point of a recession is because people stop buying because there is no money. So people stop purchasing. So that's why I'm thinking of a lockdown, because it prevents people from buying because people couldn't buy. Do you see what I mean? So it runs the excuse. It's a conspiracy theory more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know, but people couldn't go out and buy. But I would imagine online orders went through the roof.
Well,
shopping.
no restaurants, because restaurants closed down. You know, you couldn't get Just Eat and Deliveroo. There's only a couple of places that were still doing it. You know, you had to cook.
How did you get on with that, Jay?
Yeah. I always stacked up on beans. It was all right. I don't know.
I remember queuing outside of Tesco
Yeah, I remember doing that.
I remember that-
Mum.
to go and do your food shopping.
Oh, okay. And everyone was all masked up and that one.
Did you hear that? Did you hear Dad? What for? What's Tesco's? To do my food shop. Oh, right. Oh,
There was
is that
like
what people do?
Funny that.
there was like 2 meter gaps between me and the person in front. It was
It makes you think like, what the
Darling,
fuck
life's
is
moved
that?
on. I did an Ocado to deliver it today. To be delivered.
Are you still using Ocado?
I love a bit of
Have you used the
Ocado.
Ocado?
Shout out Ocado.
I love a bit of Ocado, mainly because I'm so fucking lazy.
No, it's great though. You had a really good.
It prevents me from having to go into Marks and Spencer's.
But you had a
So
really
I
good
can get
experience
my
with it.
branded stuff,
Yeah,
like Heinz beans
yeah.
and like Heinz.
Is it expensive?
No. What was it? They do a price check.
I always
because
thought
everything
Ocado would be
delivered
expensive.
and you pay for it. Which is a lot better than Asda, on might I add, that I've had so many
Asda's
failed
dog
deliveries
shit.
with Asda. But it came back saying it did a price comparison to I think Tesco's and Asda or something, and there was 24p difference.
wow.
They refunded me 24p.
No, really?
So they do a price comparison.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. That's really good.
I used to wrap their vehicles. When I was
Did
there.
you?
Yeah.
And
Used to do it. It's
we got a free tea towel.
And I got a free
No
t-shirt.
shit. Is there a card on it?
And Jason was very impressed with the delivery driver.
Really? Nice fella.
Loved him, didn't you?
What it's
What a nice
Difference it
man.
makes.
Is what we
really
got.
polite,
Yeah.
helpful, really, really.
Do you know what Jason did?
Did you
The guy
tip
said,
Did you tip him?
24p.
yeah. No, what Jason said was, the guy said to me, here's the bags. If you keep them and give them back to me next time, we refund them.
Oh, that's all right.
Why didn't you give him a little tip?
So what did Jay do?
Fiver?
Go keep these fucking bags.
Throw
They're
them
still,
away.
they're still in the garage. It was 4 or 5 weeks ago, the last time I did it.
A little tip.
But no, I love it. The website works so much better than any others that I've used.
Really?
The products, lovely, like Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's, Ocado's own brand. It's really reasonable prices. And just the guy rang us, didn't he, before the delivery to check
Courtesy call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it was okay if he could come a bit earlier or that he was on his way. I got a text message telling me what his name was. He turned up. We didn't get like an oldie delivery of just the bags being
Just
thrown.
fucking tossed down the hallway.
Seriously, I mean,
Like 10-pin bowling.
nice one. When they've turned up, I've opened the front door and they just throw the bags in. I'm pretty bad.
And that's each can out of the multi-pack. But yeah, and Jay gets very stressed when he has to do a food. Just an opening of the
Just
door.
take
You got to do anyway.
Yeah.
Go to the shop, mate. You just take it indoors.
It all comes in.
You got it really easy, actually, Jay. What?
Try going Aldi on a fucking Saturday
Tab
morning.
does the online order. All you've got to do is take delivery of it. I have to go out shopping with Lily every Sunday. And
Every day.
I go every Saturday.
Every day.
Fucking carnage. Man.
Every day.
You've got to say, who's the fucking mug?
Well, no, yeah. But what I'm saying is, you've got it
Guys,
really
I am
easy.
actually in the room.
No, but you've got it really easy. I'm the mug. I know that. But
There's
Aldi
one on
Because now
on
I'm
a
the
Sunday, Aldi on a Sunday is a cut.
saying Sam's the mug for going.
I'm
to the
the
shop.
mug
but-
for having to go out fucking Sunday.
Or am I the mug because I make it easier for him and he knows he's mugging me off?
You should drag him around the shop.
I should do, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
No, mate,
No.
you do the right thing. Sam goes to Aldi every day.
I've had to get Lily to do an online shop for months.
We keep.
She won't do it.
No way.
Do you have to pay? Do you have to pay like a delivery fee?
She loves a Walmart shop. Yeah.
It depends what time you get. So
Okay.
it could be anywhere between like £2 or £7, depending on.
Yeah,
Like you can
it saves
do
a job, doesn't it? Fucking hell.
They change the shop. I fucking hate going food
But what's
shopping.
really nice is because I am not with your dad, and I haven't got to lug it all to the car, pack it, and lug it back into the house, which I know everybody hates, but I actually get time to browse online.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Without
feel the same
getting
with browsing
huffed
in a
It
shop.
does, because then I put in king prawns, and I can have the choice between frozen, fresh, flavoured.
Do miss the middle aisle.
Yeah, the middle aisle is fun. Yeah, yeah.
I do like that.
No, you don't.
Jay
The middle aisle is
loves
fun.
the middle aisle.
It's
Sam
fun.
loves the middle aisle. Sam loves it especially.
There's always
if
something.
I
there.
go, oh, where are you going on a Sunday morning? And Lily goes, oh, we just got to go to Aldi. And I go, can I come? And Sam goes,
Oh fuck.
you two go together, like really high pitched, like cats in Mexico can hear him. You two go then.
That'd be nice for you too.
And then we go, no, Sam, we need you. And Sam
It really-
loves it.
it
And
really
Sam
stressed
gets
me out that time that we
really
went.
stressed with the size of the trolley that me and Lily have. And we just bung it in because we know when we get to the till, I'll get my stuff out first, or Lily will get her stuff out first.
We've got a bigger trolley, is what I'm saying. We got the medium-sized trolley. We got one of them,
Basket.
and it was
With the little trolley.
piled up. And I thought all the way around, I'm thinking we should have got a bigger trolley because then we would have been able to fit it all in. But they just keep throwing shit in, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. and then I'm stressing because I'm thinking we haven't got a big enough trolley. And then I'm stressing again because I'm thinking when we get to the till, there's just shit all over the place, and we're not going to know who's who. And we're going to have to stand there and go through it all.
Yeah.
Put it.
I'm
really
not gonna lie, I'd be thinking the same thing.
really stressed me out.
haven't I?
But yeah, just like, oh, I like that, throw that in, I like that.
It's so stressed.
He's
All
kidding
that
me.
wasted energy walking around Aldi, stressing when it was.
This is why I said, why don't you two go on your own?
No, but we love it when you come because then
can
we
push
do
the trolley.
Feed his
because
anxiety.
He hates the first aisle with the vegetables because
Especially-
it's just so busy. It is horrendous.
Aldi-
Then we go down and then you hit the middle aisle and then me and Lily are like trying to get to both sides and he's just like, come on, guys, not enough space in the trolley.
It seems to be this one.
That's the one I go to.
The King's Hill
Fucking
one.
nuts in there, mate.
Have you ever been to the King's Hill one?
I have once.
It's lovely. You walk in there, it's like, oh, you can breathe.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't almost feel like an Aldi. does it?
It's just nice. It's just lovely. Like there's not that many people there. You can browse, and I don't mind browsing. But that one, it's like the second you walk in through the door, it's like,
It's all going, isn't it?
yeah, just everyone is down that first aisle.
Or when you're on the self checkout.
He hates that.
Ridiculous.
Just trying to get your
Fucking knocking kids out. Fuck off.
your broccoli.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
And he's going, Lily, go without me. Go.
Yeah,
Lily's like,
save
I don't
yourself.
want to leave you behind.
No, I don't like that Aldi. It's particularly shit.
Yeah, no, that.
They're bringing in a B&M home base.
Yeah, Tam was telling me the other
Yeah,
day.
they're putting a B&M there.
Crazy.
Which will make that car park
Yeah,
even more
fucking
big.
well, it's great. It's already shit.
Brilliant. Man.
Aren't you not happy?
You don't like me coming shopping with you.
Why do you do that?
You don't, well, you don't.
He trusts
You don't like me sitting on the sofa watching golf with you, do you?
Don't mind.
That one?
Lily watched Beautiful Dogs with me the other night.
No way.
Yeah,
Have I no one?
she did. I said to her, if you watch this with me, I said, I will never, ever ask you to watch anything Shane Gillis ever again. And she watched it with
What
me.
did she think?
She laughed. She actually quite liked it. Yeah, she did.
But you've still got to watch. What have you got to watch?
Oh, she wants me to watch all sorts of shit. Vampire Diaries is the one that she keeps going on about. And I haven't watched it, but like she's got it on in there. Like she'll have it on in there now. And every now and then she'll put it on. And you know when you end up sort of subconsciously watching something, I know that I won't like it. It's cringy American shit. I don't like
Series or film?
It's no series. It's just really cringy. I don't like it. I know I won't like it. But she's, yeah.
You should try it because your dad does that sometimes. I'll put on a series that I think is a bit of a pink watch and I'll sit down there and then he'll come in and I'll go, Joy, no, baby, you leave it on, it's fine. And then he'll play on his phone and then he'll look up.
Yeah. That's what I've tried to do. Every now and then I sort of watch it.
And then he'll come in and he'll go, all right, babe.
You're going to put that thing on. I know you like that.
I know
Yeah.
you like that. You go, no, it's all right, babes, I'll watch it upstairs. You go, no, you stick that phone
Please.
on.
But
It's actually all right. I don't mind it.
You fucking
no,
love it.
I've done that. I've done that a couple of times where I end up sitting there watching it and I've still,
Some of it's
I still come to the,
just vacuous. It's on or whatever. I think the only one that
I still come to the same conclusion.
started watching, that I watched and then watched again, was Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. I do
you
believe
like
that
that,
I
yeah.
started
I really liked that.
the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
I also started Yellowstone.
yeah.
Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders. Did you like Peaky Blinders though, didn't you? Peaky Blinders is
Yeah, you both quite like it. No, I've still not watched it all the way through.
you're behind because you haven't watched it all the way through.
No, I've still never watched it.
Yeah, looking forward to the film coming out.
That'd be so good.
Has it got all the same cast? Has it got
Well,
Cillian Murphy?
Arthur is the only sort of worry, isn't it? Because in real life he's gone off the rails.
Yeah.
He's big on the old substance drug.
He's gone weird, isn't he? He looks odd. Yeah.
And Gabba, I think he.
I hope he is in it because I think it might tarnish it a little bit if he's not.
He looks a bit mess, I must say. But then I don't know. That's all.
Maybe
Like
he's
that
not
could
in it.
that could be a
That's all
really shit picture of him. Do you know what I mean? Like
We're just basing it on one picture.
yeah, everyone gets caught on a bad day.
So
Don't
I
they?
think it's out now.
I mean,
Those days. Yeah.
Guy Ritchie.
It's one bad day.
Oh, do you know what?
Mobland with Pierce Brosnan and Tom Hardy.
Hardy's in it.
I said to Lily the other day about watching it, and we said, "Oh, let's sit down and watch it."
last night because I was upstairs on telly, and Mobland was on, and it was just the advert. But I'd already selected some real shitty American White House Save America film.
Yeah.
Just easy watching, and your dad was like, "Oh, that looks good. That does Mobland." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Are you watching that?" And I went, "I don't know." And he went, "That looks really good."
I like the look of it.
Dad's passive aggressive.
But we looked at it the other day at Mobland because I showed Lily the trailer and I said, "Should we watch it?" And then we went to watch it, and they've only released they're releasing one every week.
So you can't.
Wait.
So we said apparently it's like for the next 10 weeks or so.
Oh,
there's 10 episodes.
Like to feed.
So we said. Mobland. It's on Paramount Plus. So we said we'll wait till it's all out, and then we'll watch it all. Because they're only releasing one a week.
Yeah, that was the same with. I don't know. I only watched one, but it was quite good what I watched. But I haven't watched any more. But the Penguin. Did you watch that? But again, that's started where you have.
Did you? You were watching.
What's his face? Is it Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It's only because it was one at a time. We're not very good with one at a time because we forget about it.
I had to watch them all.
Yeah.
Because for the first one, I thought, this is good.
It is actually really good. Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Good he is. I like Colin Farrell. The Gentleman, he's great in The Gentleman.
Gentleman's great. They're bringing out another Gentleman. Like
the series. Yeah, the series. Have you seen? You've seen the film? Yeah.
Charlie in it.
Charlie. No, he's in the film.
Yeah.
He's not in the series.
He's a cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is cool.
Charlie, he's cool.
That's what I said. Charlie.
No, he won't be in the series.
To be honest, I'm slacking a little bit, but I have been watching it. But yeah, I haven't done recently. Yeah. I'll get back into it though.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did see the other day that they were talking about making a adolescence too.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, but they can't carry it on. Will it be a different story?
Because they took something about there was a picture of the boy that was in it.
Carry on,
and he was pretty much saying the truth will be revealed.
Yeah, I think they could carry it on because you never know what happened to the kid. You never know whether he actually confessed to it. Like in the last episode, he said on the phone that he was going to plead guilty, but we never saw whether he actually did. We never saw what actually happened to him. Like they could carry it on. I think. I think.
It almost kind of.
I don't know because I don't think that was the point of the program.
No, and I've said this to Lily. Lily said, the point of the program isn't.
What happened?
It isn't a who done it.
It was about
he done it.
The feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're supposed to know from the start that he did it.
Yeah.
See, I didn't pick that up.
Neither did I. I was waiting for a twist or something.
Yeah, I was almost hoping.
The first 15 minutes, isn't it? He gets arrested for murder.
And
but when you start watching it, you think, was it him?
Did he do it? Because also in that CCTV footage, like the other, his mate, not the black kid, but the other one.
Yep.
It could have quite easily been him on the CCTV. Like they look similar from a CCTV perspective. So there was a bit of me that was like, did he do it? Like we don't really know. And then he said he was going to plead guilty. I think they could have carried it on. I think so.
Yeah. I'll be honest, bit controversial. I didn't really rate it.
Did you not?
Everyone really enjoyed it and loved it and that. But
I think it was good from
I understand the point of it.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It seemed a bit flat. Like there was nothing really to it.
Really,
that
whole story. Yeah, you're right. The whole story was almost told straight away, and that was it. It was just
but it's not a cliffhanger. It is absolutely about.
It's about the emotion.
Yeah. Of having to live with that. That's all there is.
Yeah,
it was for me. Would have resonated more with parents.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like you could probably put yourself in their shoes.
Yes. So it's like going through the emotions. It could be your kid.
Yeah.
And you put yourself in their shoes, and you think, Christ, what would you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Graham, he's great, isn't he? I liked him.
He's Ashley Walters and Stephen Graham. I think they're really good class actors, pair of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. What was you going to say?
Well, just got one more thing that's been on my mind this week.
No, go on. Yeah.
Do you want to lay down? Put your head down? Bit of therapy?
Well, no,
Has it been worrying you?
it's not that deep. To be
Oh,
fair.
right.
Lay
okay.
down on my lap.
Basically, right.
Let me stroke your head.
Has anyone ever thought about this? Right.
I don't.
You know, like a CD.
You know, like a bus, and it fits in a lane. Yeah.
A CD,
know,
but
like a
yes,
CD,
yes,
or like
you have
a
the floor
vinyl.
bags.
Yeah.
A record.
How the fuck, right? Do you put that on the thing, and that projects sound?
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Oh my god! Does that not blow your mind?
Geek Squad behind the camera is going to tell you. Sammy, would you like a microphone?
That's
Oh, because Dad's got
Do
nothing
you
to say
know
on this
do
matter.
you know the answer before you?
Kind of, yes. So basically, the whole thing is, so you know, on the vinyl, the black tread that all runs around.
Yeah.
That all has the music. So I think it's a bit like Braille. So basically, the pin picks up on it and then transfers it into music, and then it comes through the speaker.
I get that, but how does that make sound?
It's just
How does that
sounds. Music's rhythm. It's just anything can be
make a
music.
come on?
And then the lyrics.
Think about it.
Yeah, like the actual.
It's all printed
How
onto.
is
It's
all
printed onto it like a CD.
Okay, but still, that's like something there. How does that?
But you're saying create involved in
So-
how does a CD work?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he
How's the
said. CD, vinyl.
CD and vinyl that will kind of work
Cassette?
as the same thing.
Video.
Yeah, cassette. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well, cassette's just film.
How? In it, though. Does that not blow your mind?
Cassette's just a film camera. You
It
just
didn't.
load
but
the
it
film
clearly
up.
does now, looking at Dad's face.
but how does sound go through a needle?
Because it's amplified through a speaker.
We live in a simulation.
Just the old amplifier.
Yeah, the big HMV
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So what Sammy's saying is on that disc, on that record, it's like Braille. It's
But how does
imprinted.
it go from
if
a
you
solid bit of
listen, I might
Something
be able
physical
to explain
turns
it.
into.
You-
I get that's a noise. Like that's a noise, but to play like a specific
Someone singing.
yeah, voice coming out.
Shall I have a look?
Solid piece of plastic.
Well, do you know what? I mean, it sounds like a silly question, right? But it's actually, I've played so many records and CDs over the years. I've never ever thought about
Mate, it's been blowing my mind all week.
thought about how that sound is projected through there.
I used to burn.
There's got to be a simple answer.
I used to take it from Logic and I used to burn it onto a CD. And that was.
Then you can just play it off that CD.
You know, I never used to think about it. And I used to be able to burn CD.
Crazy.
But I've never thought.
Yeah, go on.
So a record player or turntable works by a stylus needle.
Yeah.
Reading the vibrations encoded in the grooves of a spinning vinyl record, converting them into electrical signals that are amplified and then converted back into sound by speakers. Here's a breakdown. Vinyl records have a spiral groove that contains the encoded sound. The record is placed on a rotating turntable driven by an electric motor. A small needle called a stylus is placed on the record and rides along the grooves. As the records spin, the stylus vibrates in response to the contours of the groove. These vibrations are picked up by a cartridge, which converts them into electrical signal. The electrical signal is then amplified and sent to speakers, which convert them back into sound waves that we can hear.
I would love to be able to zoom in and see that what it looks like.
So
Does that answer the question,
So
though?
all of that
How does
music
a
and the
solid
voice
piece
and everything that's all going through that stylus?
But how does a solid piece of plastic, like a vinyl record, go from that to something you can hear?
Just explained how it does it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
How do they
When you
make
understand
I
it,
understand the theory. Work.
Yeah, I understand the theory, but how do they like know
Well,
they make of it?
the art.
somebody worked that out many, many years ago.
Whoever that is fucking genius because that is.
They should be up there with Einstein.
And how long have vinyls been about for? Like,
Yeah, you know, the other day I went into Urban Outfitters up in Bluewater. You know, the Tame Impala outfit.
yeah, they got it on vinyl.
They've got that in a vinyl.
I want to start collecting vinyl.
They
That'd be
bought
cool.
it. Lily told me not to get it, and I was quite disappointed.
No, you should get
20
it.
quid in Urban Outfitters, and I thought it was really cool.
Vinyl.
Is there? I want to start a
Garage.
collection.
Yeah,
There is a record player out there as well.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
That was it.
Cool.
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, I don't know.
I got
Just take it for granted,
Yeah,
don't you?
no,
I've never
So
really
the invention of the record player, specifically the first working model that could record and play sound back, is generally credited to Thomas Edison in 1877 with his invention of the phonograph. While earlier devices like the phonoautograph existed that could record sound waves, the phonograph was the first to both record and play back sound. Later, Emil Berliner made significant improvements and is credited with the invention of the gramophone in 1887, a device that used flat discs instead of cylinders for sound recording and playback. This invention is considered the predecessor to the modern record player.
Don't get it.
No,
I still don't get it, but it's
I
fascinating.
kind of understand it.
Yeah,
don't
I
understand
yeah,
it.
I
But when
don't-
you actually
I
think
understand the
about it,
logistics of it.
yeah, when you think about it, it's very difficult. to
I get how it works. I get the needle and the whole groove thing, but I don't understand how that then goes from a solid piece of material.
Over the years, I've played
That's
lots and lots of
Yeah,
vinyl.
I don't. That's what I
Never
don't
ever
understand
thought
that
of
bit.
Physics of sound.
You don't, do you? You just put it on.
No,
like,
yeah, you just think that works.
I don't get it.
Should we listen to the person that's doing sound?
The sound is just vibration. Yeah.
Sound out.
Everything's just vibration.
Sound like me.
Do you know what?
Well, we work on sound out and how in anything now hitting up my free. So, so the way without how the work no get where how you use that well why one but
Yeah, don't know. I think
What do you mean?
maybe what's more.
I'm not convinced.
I don't know. No,
I want it proven.
No, I just don't know anything.
yeah, well, exactly. That's what I mean. How the fuck do they all that little? Because every must be different.
I mean,
I'm thinking of like the little
mass producer
Right.
thing,
not
manufactured.
the needle.
Yeah,
The in the vinyl, like it's obviously like braille.
Yeah,
there's a machine.
it's tiny because then
And everyone-
I get
CDs.
that. I get that more. Like how they the whole braille thing and how they can get how they can print it into a vinyl.
Yeah.
I get
But how
that.
does that make the sound?
I don't understand how it goes from that solid bit of
Does
plastic
it?
to a
Do
set.
you? Okay. Do you understand it better with a CD?
No, it's worse if anything.
Well, that's a scanner.
Grooves.
As a scan.
But there's no.
actually it.
Well, it's the same concept. I know. Yeah, again.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, like
exactly that,
Dave
though.
just
I
saying.
don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand
You
that.
put a game into your fucking Xbox and then you can play like.
Just like one.
It just reads it from the bottom, doesn't it? Because it's all
Yeah, but how is that all that on that disc?
What's just like but
Yeah, but that's like a.
they rap up.
Don't know. It's okay. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But
That was all.
maybe we won't get it. We're not.
think about it really.
No, it's
Yeah.
on my mind.
Ignorance is bliss.
Anyway, have we got a?
As a percentage, how much has that been on your libraries?
100%.
I know last podcast, and I think it was quite a nice thing. Although none of us actually fucking managed to do it, but I think it was quite a nice thing to go away with something to come back with.
none
for
of
the first. No, okay, sorry. 3 out of 4 of us didn't do it. But
I know technically three Bobs and a Johnny is you and Sammy, but I am here.
No. Okay, so 3 out of 4 of us didn't do it, but I think it was quite a nice concept to like take something away to be able to come back with next.
That means he's got something that he's already done. to take
no,
it.
no.
How vinyl works.
No, I haven't. I haven't got any ideas, but I was just thinking, like, has anyone got any ideas for something that we could maybe try and achieve this week that we could come back to the podcast with next week? Or not?
Having a happy day. See, just to try and have a happy
I can
day.
rule that out.
Well, I feel like I've had a happy week.
Exactly. It's nice to hear about people having happy weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Sam, if that offends you. But
Try and be more positive.
So I've had a stressful week at work, but I've had a fairly happy week.
Okay, yeah. I don't know then. Maybe
Well,
not.
the way you
Maybe
said
this-
it was is like you had something in mind.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
So he's already on the up on us.
Yeah.
But he's already done it.
Yeah.
He knows. He's,
No, sorry. I
Craft
didn't have anything.
afternoon.
I was just sort of putting it out there to see whether anyone.
No,
had any
sorry,
ideas
mate.
On like what we could maybe do this week to come back
Hey,
to the to the.
bring back a happy moment.
Okay, let's go with that then. What moment in the week upcoming
like we used to do for dinner. What was the best part of your
what was
day?
the best part of your day?
Dinner.
So next week when we come back, we can say like
Every day.
this happened on that day, and it made my day so much better.
Let's
some
not
positive.
go through the day wishing to get through to the end of the day because you just wish your life away. Enjoy the moments of your day.
So let's come back
Happy
next
time.
week.
Even if that's a song that came on that reminds you of somebody, but just some happy moments.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. Let's come back next week with something good that has happened to us, or a happy moment.
Yeah. It's okay, Reese. I know you work on your own, but the happy moments can happen.
Brain's just
I'll work on my own. We'll be fine.
yeah.
No,
And we'll just be glad to get through the week without breaking anything.
yeah, I'll just be glad to get through the week with still
Just get through the
without
week.
quitting my fucking job. Yeah, every day. But yeah, anyway, let's cool. All right, let's
wrap it up.
Back to next week's podcast. Brilliant. Right,
Thanks everyone. Thanks for watching as well.
Laters.
Thanks, guys.